If you're an aspiring pro coach who's beating your head against the wall because you're streaming your face off on Facebook, Instagram, and elsewhere, and or you're uploading videos to YouTube on the regular, and you don't know why you're not growing an audience, let alone your income as a coach or a course creator based entrepreneur, well, do I have some red flags for you to avoid? Stay tuned. I've got your back. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for entrepreneurs who want their content marketing to convert content consumers into paying customers. Now, if you're like, Stacey, why am I not able to gain more visibility no matter how much content I create and no matter what platform I create it on? Well, I've got some major warnings for you, what not to do, what to avoid like the plague, so that maybe you can grow from then on out. Why? Well, I've got 8 years of coaching experience of what's now collectively thousands of students across the world under my belt, and a lot of what I've seen has led me to create this video about the top 5 mistakes professional coaches make. But wait, before we go any further, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get the help that entrepreneurs like you need to succeed with content marketing that drives traffic to your business so that you can do more business. I recently did a video entitled How to Start as a Professional Coach, and in it I discussed something that's kind of like your success formula, literally, and if you don't have this formula on lock in connection with your business, let alone your branding, we're talking about your business overall, your content free and or paid, your organic content marketing, and your paid traffic solutions, anything and everything. If you don't have this formula set for your business, you probably will either fail to get proof of concept, or if you have any sort of business, you won't be able to grow it past the fumes you've got going on. So seriously, if you haven't watched that previous video yet, be sure to check it out after you're done watching this one. That said, you're already here, so let's get more into the subject of the top 5 mistakes professional coaches make. Now, as we get into this, let me tell you right now, mistake #1 is sub for sub. You've heard this one before, but 2 things super quick and we'll move on. 1, do not think that this mistake is all just about sub for sub and or something that's strictly involving YouTube. It's beyond that. This advice is platform agnostic, content media type agnostic advice. It includes follow for follow, support each other's streams, small creators supporting small creators on any platform, anything that in its essence boiled down is sub for sub. 2, for most partner programs that would pay you money, like YouTube, like It's Great as a Coach, as any type of entrepreneur on YouTube, or even TikTok that has a creator fund or anything like that to get paid, you can't get paid money off of fake followers and little to no real engagement. Look, sub counts aren't enough anymore. On YouTube especially, it's all about watch time, numbers of people watching your stream on average, that sort of thing. So buying subs, whether it's live people or bots, is either not going to solve your problem about appearing to have little to no following, or it's going to get super expensive if, depending upon the platform, you're buying comments, engagements, and other stuff too. Same thing goes for entrepreneurial groups or pods that you're in, where there's all sorts of follow for follow activity directly and or indirectly being encouraged. Please stop. It leads you down the same dead end. You either don't have the money for bots and software and page engagement, fake stuff anyway to begin with, or even if you did, you shouldn't waste it on stuff like this, because you're not likely going to break, even once you're done paying everything out otherwise. Plus your account, or accounts if you're doing this on multiple platforms, say, can get shut down. So forget about violating any platform's terms of service, which you're doing anyway and can have you lose your channel or account flat out for good. Your other problem is that you're not going to qualify to get paid anyway if you're looking at something like, for example, YouTube AdSense type revenue as an additional stream of income. It's nice, but seriously, don't have a forest trees issue or problem here. Fake followers, even if they're human beings that you trade subs or stream support with, will not end up buying your paid offerings, will not send you super chats or donos when you live stream where applicable. They will not pay to otherwise support your channel, your Patreon account, what have you. Will not click on your affiliate links. I could go on and on, but I think I've made the point. Just please stop. It's a waste of time. I know you don't want to look like you have like 5 followers or not even 100 followers or subs or whatever the platform parlance happens to be. But everyone starts at 0. And if you follow the advice in other videos in this playlist and otherwise on my channel, you'll be growing your audience week over week. I can all but guarantee you. And you'll be doing it the right way with real people who are real ideal customers who will, more and more over time, support you as a coach. Moving on. Mistake number 2, fussing over your gear. Listen, your true problem when it comes to growth is this, my more mature entrepreneur. You have a discoverability problem. That's the deal. Your gear, including but not limited to your hardware, software, apps, lighting, cameras, whatever, isn't going to help you get discovered by more of your ideal customers. It's not what's causing people to not show up for your streams or videos, or why, for this reason alone, they're not clicking on your links, going down your sales funnels, pages, and whatnot. Your gear isn't your problem, and it's not your solution either. Focus more on increasing your discoverability and your visibility on the platforms where your ideal customer is hanging out on, and you'll solve the problem. Again, my videos show you step by step, video by video, topic by topic, exactly how to do that. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Next, mistake number 3, grinding your face off. For the love of all that's good and holy, stop grinding your face off on any platform you're doing live streams on, uploading videos to, and otherwise creating and publishing content on, no matter what media it is. Stop endlessly grinding. It will not solve your problem in terms of not getting enough traffic, traction, and new customers. Putting aside the fact that content creation of any kind involves a balance of quality and quantity, and if you're overdoing it on the quantity, it's hard to boost your quality. And putting aside the looming specter of guaranteed burnout for just a hot second, again, discoverability as an entrepreneur of any kind, coach-based or otherwise, is your problem. Not grinding endlessly to an audience of no one, bots, 3 people in an entrepreneurial group where you're all keeping one another company, stuff like that. It's not working. And you probably know that already. It's just that you don't know what to do instead. And I get that. That's why I'm here, creating content like this, okay? You're not alone anymore. I've got you. But just like the tree that falls in the woods and no one's around to hear the sound of it striking the ground, so it is with you grinding away, doing 3, 4, 6 hours of live streams a week, and basically no one shows up. Or you're posting every hour on the hour on Instagram or Facebook without more, like really great optimization of the content you're posting. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. It's like you're screaming into a vacuum or void, thinking you'll be heard. You won't. So please reserve your energy in terms of just pumping out content, thinking you're going to roll the dice and someday not roll snake eyes. Nope, not going to happen. Pace yourself, number 1. Number 2, learn how to increase your discoverability per platform that you're occupying, and learn how to drive traffic whenever you need it to go and wherever you need it to go. That will make things happen instead. But now we're on to mistake number 4, not building your email list. Look, the overall goal of your organic content, besides establishing and increasing the know, like, and trust factor, or the KLT factor as I call it, is not just about getting your ideal customer to become aware of you and your business. It's not also just to try and do the grab right out of the gate to get the sale, because with little to no KLT established, you're not likely going to get a sale. With most people, right away. Your organic content or free content is all about establishing a community of brand enthusiasts who all have the same main pain point that your coaching business is meant to alleviate or solve, the same intersecting interest, and getting them that KLT factor to the point where for free, for a freebie and or a coupon, it costs them nothing to do this. You capture leads and get people to opt into your email list. With most people anyway, you need to build up a relationship with them before you get a sale. And the higher the ticket price of your coaching packages and or courses, the more KLT you have to establish. But getting them on your email list, capturing that lead, in other words, you can continue to woo them and win them over with both your free content or organic content marketing and your emails, your relationship marketing collectively. That will lead to sales, and it doesn't have to take forever for that to happen, but it takes some time. If you're not building that email list of yours, your business won't make much, if any, money at all or often. About 75% of your monthly sales should come from your email list, and about 25% outside your email list. This is approximation, but it's overall a business truism. People who have at least felt comfortable enough to get on and stay on your email list are more likely to buy from you, 3 times more approximately, than strangers floating around on social media, on the internet, whatever. If you don't capture the leads, you're missing out on most of your sales. So your email opt-in link should be the link that you promote most of the time. It should be the link that shows up in bios, profiles, about pages, everywhere. If you're not doing this at all or much, it's a big mistake. And if you're not getting the sales you want from month to month, it sure explains a lot, doesn't it? Mistake number 5, mimicking what the A-listers do. Now, this mistake isn't so much about being a copycat knockoff or just not being the millionth aspiring coach to think that they're just going to put out Tony Robbins or Oprah or Marie Forleo flavored videos and voila, get traction. That ain't happening anyway. That's you being a parrot and everything will smack of a been there, done that kind of quality. Not memorable, not gonna motivate people to open their wallets for you either. All you're gonna do is send them to the default coaches they were gonna spend money on in the first place. Whenever you're copying the thumbnails of an A-lister on YouTube, like, for example, or you optimize content in the same way that an OG does, and then you're shocked that things don't work out for you, but it works out for them, well, that's because because maybe even they're using broad hashtags and or keywords, or their content optimization game is otherwise not on point, but you're following them and you're getting no results doing what they're doing, but you're likely to be tempted to say to yourself, the algorithm supports nobody but the big creators, and the small creators are doomed. And or the market is super saturated and I can't make any money. And that's not true. The algorithms support anyone who will keep people on the particular platforms longer so that they can be served up more ads so that the owners of the platform make more money. Period. It's nothing personal. If you serve up discoverable content that can perform on a platform, you too will enjoy algorithmic blessings. And the market loves someone who can help them resolve their main pain point in a new, fresh, and approachable, have an approach in a different spin sort of way. So here's the deal. If an A-lister or platform OG does stuff that doesn't really do what others are touting as best practices for smaller entrepreneurs like you, and they seem to get away with it, it's because they're like their own planets with their own gravitational pull. They're already super top of mind. They can optimize their live streams or videos or other types of content or not optimize them. And they've got such a huge following already anyway that people will go to their accounts, their channels, whatever the platform parlance may be per platform, and boom. They have views, they have likes, etc. They can use keywords or hashtags or not use them. Doesn't matter. People already know about them. They're already visible and they're putting out content on the regular so they stay in the conversation. They stay top of mind, and that's that. You have to work to get on people's radar screens, and the visibility tactics I'm going to teach you over the course of this YouTube series, playlist of videos alone, they're going to help. But first, You need to stop wasting time, money, and effort on things that are not your problems and not your solutions. That's a step in the right direction. And knowing what your real problem is, a lack of discoverability and visibility, is honestly half the battle. Stay determined and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. The answers are coming in the way of videos and live streams with replays here every week. So listen, I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes have you made in the past that you now know you shouldn't be making anymore? Comment below. I do read your comments. In the meantime, if you want more help in terms of distinguishing yourself from the crowd and increasing your trustworthiness in the eyes of your niche, I actually have a freebie for you to pick up called 10 Reasons Why You're Viewed as a Fake Guru and How to Gain Credibility and Customers Instead. And you can pick it up at don'tbeafakeguru.com. The link for you to score that freebie guide is in the show notes or the description down below. There you have it. You now have my thoughts when it comes to the subject of the top 5 mistakes professional coaches make. Need more help? Be sure to check out these 2 awesome videos too, because they'll teach you great content marketing strategies that can also help to blow up your business. Enjoy.